My name's Emily Carter, 28. From a small town in Ohio. 5 years ago, I met Jake Thompson, the guy who stole my heart. He was a butcher at the local market, always smelling of meat. But his warm smile and kind eyes made me fall hard. I got into college, but my parents wouldn't pay a dime. They were saving every penny for my brother's new house. Jake stepped up, using every cent from his butcher job to fund my dream. But the second he got into grad school, he dumped me cold, saying I was too small town for his big new life. Hold on. This story's got twists that'll blow your mind. Love stories like this? Hit that like button and subscribe for more. It was a sticky summer evening, and I'd just finished a double shift. I dragged myself home to our tiny apartment, exhausted. Jake was sitting at the table, clutching a letter from NYU. "Emily, I got in," he shouted, pulling me into a tight hug. I was so proud. I forgot how tired I was, and hugged him back. Then he hesitated, mumbling, "Grad school's gonna cost a lot." I didn't catch the hint, just grinned and said, "We'll figure it out." That promise nearly broke me. The butcher shop wasn't exactly raking in cash. Meat prices were down, and we barely made ends meet. I started skipping meals, living on instant noodles to save money. Every dollar I earned went straight to Jake's tuition. At first, he'd text me about his classes, his new friends. But after he moved to New York, things changed. His texts got shorter, colder, until it was just, "Send money." One night, I got worried and tried a video call. He rejected it in a second. Texting, "I'm in a meeting. Stop bugging me." I frowned at my phone, heart creeping into my chest. Didn't he say he had no classes today? I typed, "You said you were free today." He fired back a flirty emoji and a quick, "Prof called a last-minute thing. Sorry babe." I let it slide. 5 years together. I trusted him. That weekend, I splurged on a new dress, ditching my worn-out jeans. I bought a bouquet of his favorite daisies, planning to surprise him at NYU. I ordered takeout for him and texted him to pick it up at the gate. I fixed my hair, heart racing, waiting for his smile. But when he walked out with a friend, his face froze. Not joy, shock. Maybe even embarrassment. He muttered to his friend, "Let's go. I got the time wrong." His friend looked confused. "Didn't you say your girlfriend ordered this?" I stood there, daisies wilting in my hands, feeling like a fool. 5 years of scrimping for him, and he was ashamed of me? I was about to toss the flowers into a trash can when a girl stopped me. "Can I have those?" she asked. Her voice soft. Her name was Mia Chen, an NYU student with kind, clear eyes. As I handed her the flowers, she grabbed my arm. Panicked. "Someone's following me. Can you help?" I glanced over and saw a few shady guys lurking nearby. My anger from Jake was still burning, so I pulled her toward a crowd. But the guys caught up, blocking our path. "Mind your own business," one growled. I'd spent years hauling meat crates. I wasn't weak. I swung a punch, and the guy stumbled back, shocked. They scattered, and Mia laughed. "Girl, you're tough. Be my bodyguard, $15,000 a month." I chuckled, thinking she was joking, and saved her number. Back at my apartment, Jake called, voice all sweet. "Emily, forgot to grab the takeout." "My bad." I gripped my phone. Voice cold. "I saw you at the gate." Silence. Just his heavy breathing. On the other end. "I didn't tell my friend about you. Didn't want profs judging me." My heart sank. But I gave him one last chance. "Then invite your friend. Let's have dinner together." He mumbled an excuse and hung up. That was it. I was done. I cancelled the fancy dinner I'd booked for him, and got a train ticket home. Back in Ohio, I swore I'd stop contacting him. But a few days later, he showed up at my apartment. He sat on my couch, eyes teary, shirt half unbuttoned. "Emily, I messed up." New York got to my head. His hands wrapped around my waist. Voice cracking. 5 years. You can't just throw that away." I pushed him off. His gate rejection flashing in my mind. "Jake, we're over." He didn't give up. posting a cute selfie of us on Instagram. Captioned 5 years strong. Like nothing ever happened. I checked. It was visible only to me. A private little act. I laughed bitterly. This guy deserved an Oscar. My best friend Sarah saw it and nearly choked on her coffee. Emily. He's using you as a bank account. She showed me his Instagram designer bags. Fancy dinners. I was eating ramen to fund his tuition. And he's buying $3,000 bags? I checked my credit card. Piles of unpaid bills stared back. I felt like the biggest idiot in Ohio. Then my mom called. Sounding way too excited. Emily. Bring Jake home next week. I've got big news. I pressed her. But she wouldn't spill the beans. I sent Jake his monthly allowance. Hard heavy. He texted back fast, saying he'd come home with me. At the train station, he showed up with a pile of gifts. I want your parents to love me, he said, all smiles. I melted a little, doubting my suspicions. At home, he charmed my mom into giving him her heirloom bracelet. But that night, I overheard my parents whispering, "Our old warehouse is getting demolished. $2 million offer. But the neighbors are jealous. Stirring up trouble. It might fall through." My heart sank. They wanted to buy me a house. With that money, now it was slipping away. Jake burst into the room, face twisted with rage. $2 million? Gone? You think I'd stay in this dump? For nothing. He threw the bracelet on the floor and stormed out with his gifts. My parents begged me to chase him, but I stood frozen. That night, he deleted every trace of me from his Instagram. Sarah sent me a blog post he'd liked, titled "The Butcher's Daughter." It mocked me as a low-class nobody, unfit for him. I realized he never saw a future with me. Just my money. Months later, my mom got sick, needing urgent surgery. I tracked Jake down through his roommate Mia. She led me to a flashy New York bar, where he was. Inside, he was drunk, draped over some rich guy. The guy tossed $3,000 in cash at my feet. "Take it and leave him alone," he sneered. I picked up the money, staring into Jake's eyes. Hope you never regret this, Jake. He looked away, clinging to the guy. Fake smile plastered on. I walked out into the rain, and Mia held an umbrella over me. Emily, that bodyguard offer still stands. I quit the butcher's shop and started working for Mia. Her family was loaded, but her relatives were after her inheritance. She got my mom the best doctors, saving her life. I vowed to protect her, no matter what. Years later, I used the demolition money to start a meat supply company. It grew into Ohio's biggest, and I finally had a life I was proud of. One day, at a business meeting, I saw Jake again. He was married to that rich guy from the bar. They were fighting. He called Jake a leech and wanted him to work at a club. Jake begged me, "Emily, save our company." I leaned into his husband's ear and whispered, "Your company? I'm the one who tanked it." Jake's face went pale, calling my name as I walked away. Rain started falling, but someone held an umbrella over me. I turned Mia, smiling. "Emily, I'm back. 5 years of love and sacrifice. All for a betrayal. But that betrayal led me to a stronger me." Have you ever given everything for love, only to lose it? Share your story in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe.